Welcome all to the another video of Docker. So continuing the previous one, we are starting with the Docker. So in this session, we are going to discuss about Docker network and the various types of Docker networks available, and then how to create a Docker file in order to deploy your apps via an Docker. So these are the things we are going to discuss, and we are going to deploying as application by a Docker tool. Fine. Let's get into the session. The very first one, I'll start my Docker desktop. Okay, I had initiated Docker desktop. So the very first command what I'm going to run is to list the networks which are all available in Docker. So basically, when we are speaking about Docker network, there are a few types of networks. So I'll list the Docker networks what are there in my Docker. Then I'll tell about each and every network. Okay, so here you can see these are the types of networks we are having, right? Um, Basically, we are having like five types of network, right? One is that is none, that is without network you can create anything. That is what none. It's nothing but there is no network, right? And the second one, host, which will use the normal host IP as their network, and it will utilize that one. Any application which is running, when you are running as a host network, means it will use the host IP as their network identity. And the third one is bridge. Usually this one is the default one. Most of the application developers or most of the application users, that is what a bridge, which will used to communicate between Dockers. So that is a containers, sorry, Docker containers. So this one is the default one in Docker. This network is called as bridge network. Okay, so that's what you are seeing here. The few bridge networks what I had created is micro network. Then this e-commerce network, e-commerce Docker, e-commerce network. These are all the bridge networks that are created by myself. And overlay is the next one. When you are going for multi-host environment, that is you are having multi machines which are running Docker containers, and you want to connect those machines, then you can go with overlay type of network. And mostly it can be achieved in different ways, like if you are running Docker in different machines, then if you are running Docker with different virtual machines, and when you are running Docker containers via Docker Swarm. So in these three ways you can see like overlay kind of network. And the last one, which is not listed over here, is the last one. The name of that one is, I'll type it over here so that you can follow it. The name of that one is Mac VLAN. Oh. So this is what the next one, Mac VLAN. So this is what the advanced one, which will create a real LAN IP for the Docker containers. Okay, so this is what the last type. That's what the 5 types. So the 5 types what we had discussed is, the first one is none, second one is host, and the third one is bridge, and the fourth one is overlay. So these are the 3, and this one use host IP, this one default IPs, and used between containers, and overlay between Docker containers in different hosts. And real IPs for container. So these were the thing. So we are having 5 types. Okay. So I had listed all these not all the 5. I had listed 4 of these one over here. Okay. So basically, after if you are knowing about a network, then if you need to know about like in depth about a particular network, you can check on the network's uh, details, right? So I'm going to check like Docker inspect bridge. So sorry, I'm Docker network inspect. Actually, when you are doing this one, you have to give like whenever, as I had said in the previous video, whenever you are using an inspect command, you have to mention the resource which you are going to inspect. Here I am going to inspect the network. Okay, so yeah, let me explain this one, what it's showing. So there is a bridge. Okay, the first one, this is the default one, that what I had inspected, and it's having a IP range it's not showing. It's having a IP subnet, and it's having a gateway. All those things it's mentioned over here. Again, I'll run the same command to inspect my custom bridge network. So normal bridge is this one. So because it's not showing any IP over here, IP range it's not showing, right? I'll check with a custom bridge. So this is what the custom bridge. Okay. So both the things when you are seeing, it won't give any IP, but it will give a subnet IP, subnet and a gateway, right? And both has a different subnets, different setup, right? Totally, it is having different one. So actually, what it will do is it will create a network. Usually, when we are talking about this network, when they are talking about this infrastructure in physical or in a cloud environment, first of all, I close all the documents what I'm having. Okay. Yeah. Whenever you are creating an infrastructure, either it may be a physical one or it may be a virtual one that is over the cloud, or it may be a Docker based one. There is a way to deploy an infrastructure. So when you are coming to the physical one first, so that's what the thing we are following in the all the type of infrastructures. So when you are making a infrastructure, the very first one what you have to do is you have to create a network site, right? And then you will put your machines over the network. Okay. So this is the step you are deploying infrastructure, IT infrastructure in your workspace, right? So that's the thing. Whenever you are doing like you are planning to deploy a service or a microservice application over a Docker, then you have to first create a network. Then if you are already having the application, then you have to follow a different way. That is, already you have developed the container and you are going to run in the current network. Then you have to go with a different way, or else you are running the container in the very first. Then you can go with a different way. So these are the things we are going to discuss currently. Okay. So inspect already we had discussed. Now we are going to discuss about the command which is used to create a network, right? So basically the command which is used to create a network is docker network. Again, the resource name docker network, create, then your network name will make it as demo network. So I think there is no demo network. Okay. So I have not mentioned anything, but it will create a default bridge network. Okay. So it's created, and again I'm going to list out the networks. So now you can see like my demo network is over there, and it's named as bridge. Okay, so this is the way you have to create a network, right? Fine. So now the next step, what we are going to do is we are having few containers before that. Yeah, before that, I'll show another one. Like we had discussed about this host network, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run like we are going to run an container and the host network. Okay, that's what my local systems network. That is my laptop's IP. So how I have to do is docker run hyphen hyphen the network type. So I'm going to use host and then nginx. So I'm going to run an nginx container via my host network. Okay. So I am not having any nginx image in locally in my docker. So it's fetching from the internet. Okay. So now it's running, right? So we'll go to this one and you can see like this is what the nginx running. Okay. So I can shake it off. Localhost shaping. So you may wonder when we are trying with 8082, we can't able to see the basic nginx page, right? So the thing is, the thing behind this one is it's different. When you are in need of this, even it's running in the host IP, the port is very important, right? So let me check whether the port is there. For that we have to check first the Docker, running Docker's ID. So here we are having like D99D, right? So I'll check with the port of this one, Docker port, then your container ID. So D99D, 4 digits is enough. So there is no port, there is nothing defined over there, right? So this is what the thing, when you are running the command, normally it won't yield any output. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll pass this running, right? I'm going to delete the container. Okay, and again I'm going to run it back with port mapping. Okay, so because it started running somewhere without any IPs, sorry, without any port numbers. Now again we are going to run with port number. That's the thing. So we are going to run with like Docker run. I'm going to run it in detached mode so that the total running things will be there and we can't able to access that with that window, right? So we are going to make like this, minus then network. So the network we had used is demo network, sorry, demo hyphen network, right? Demo hyphen network. Then yeah, we are mapping the port like 8081 colon 80. That's what the default port of that one. Then Nginx, all the things are right. Network I had specified, then I had specified the port. Yeah, fine. So it had created a container and started running. So you can see over here it started running, and you can, yeah, welcome to Nginx. So the home page of Nginx is available, right? So this is what the way you can map your local port with the, that is your system's port with the Docker's port. Okay, so this is how a network will work. Okay, fine. And another way you can go with this is, right, here I had mentioned the network, right? So instead, if I have to go with like already the container is running and I have to attach to a new network. So a container may have multiple networks. Okay, a container may run in different networks. I'll show you like there is a container I'm having. I'll show you like this one, this e-commerce DB, because I had created one Postgres DB container, and I'm running over multiple networks, so multiple applications which is sharing the same e-commerce DB. Okay, so I'll we can inspect this container so that you can see in which networks it got attached. Okay, so like Docker inspect, then commerce DB, right? You can see like there will be a part called network. Yeah, you can see like here I am running with e-commerce network, then there is a thing called micro network. So like I am running with two different networks. The same container is running in two different networks. Okay, so that's the thing. We can able to add a container with any new networks, whatever you are creating. So very first, anyway, we are going to execute an application, executing an microservice based application over a new network, and we are going to make the file for that. All those things we are going to do, right? So that's the thing. We are going to make this. So I'm going to attach this container, which is like e-commerce DB container to this one, right? So for that, I have to use a command to attach this e-commerce DB to my existing network what I am having. Okay, so the demo network is the new one we had created. So I am going to attach with that one, Docker network. Imagine you are putting a desktop over a network or a workstation over a network. So connect. So my network name is demo network, and then my container name is e-commerce DB, right? So I had added this one, and now we can inspect the e-commerce DB again. So micro network, e-commerce network, and there's the demo network. Okay, so this is how you have to put this one container over a network. Okay, so hope you had understood the network things, and you can disconnect too. Instead of this connect, you can utilize disconnect, right? So disconnect. Now I'll inspect the Docker again. Micro network is there, e-commerce network is there. There is no demo network. Okay, so this is the way you have to put a Docker into a network, or you can take back the Docker from the network. Fine. So this is what about the network. So hope you had understood about how a network works, and I'll show in addition like Macmillan currently I am not able to discuss about that. So because it's not like then you're going for the um, biggest kind of enterprise kind of thing, then you can go for Macmillan. Okay, so currently we are going to see about like overlay we can discuss. So in order to use the overlay network, we are going to a next level of thing. Actually, it's a big topic. Just we will touch the initial thing of this one, but you can explore more in the Docker Swarm. It's a new topic, so which will used to uh, scale an application or scale a container in Docker, and Another one thing is like if you are using Docker Swarm, it will provide you auto healing thing also. I'll show you how it will work. Okay. So first thing what you have to use is the this one. Uh, yeah, you can go with like Docker Swarm in it. Okay. Once you are done, so it will create a manager node, right? So with this manager node, you can see like you can it will manage the other nodes, cluster nodes. So like it will create a environment with kind of server and clients. Okay. Now, if you want to add a node inside this, like worker node, then you can add the second one. What it's showing, this one you can add. Okay, so we can have a worker node too. That's not a biggest thing, but it's not our primary motto. Our primary motto is to like check the yeah. The primary motto of us is to land overlay network, right? Okay, fine. So this node is already there. There is nothing we have to do. Okay, fine. So first we'll create on a first I'll check the network what is available with us. Sorry, ls. So demo network. So demo overlay we can create. We can create demo overlay. So already I had created that earlier. That's what I'm checking whether it's there or I can create a new one. Okay, so this is the command you have to use to create a dem overlay network. So you have to specifically provide that it's a overlay type of network, and if you are not providing that, it won't work. And when you are making it attachable, so that it will state that like it's available to add service over there. So that's what the meaning of this. So it will make it available for joining the containers over to this network. Okay. So if you are not mentioning this one, normal containers can't be able to attach to this one. Only the Docker services only able to attach to the network. Okay. So Docker based services. So now I am running this one. So the network is created, and in this demo I'm going to create a scenario like an Nginx server is running in an Nginx server running, service is running, and another one BusyBox. It's a kind of container. So that one is running. So normally in a network, So we are going to stimulate a network with two machines which are communicating to each other via ping command. Okay, so that's what I'm going trying to give you as a demo. So that is what like overlay network, as I had mentioned earlier, it is like running. It is used to communicate between different Dockers, right? So like that, it is going to create. I'll show you the thing. Okay, fine. So I had created the network again and displaying the overlay network is ready. And now I am going to create a service. Yeah. So its name is web and it is using demo overlay network and I'm exposing it to 8081 with 80. Okay, fine. I'm creating this one. Once it's created, it will reflect over there in your uh, this one in your Docker container list. Here you can see that. Okay, and then next we are going to create another one. Service, that is what busybox. Okay, so I'm going to run this one. Okay, so both the things I had created, and now the thing is I have to check whether these two things are able to communicate. Okay, so for that I am running this docker ps command and I am finding the docker container IDs. So these are two different containers. Okay, so these things will explicitly communicate. Normally bridge it will communicate by default, but this overlay we have to check whether it is able to communicate. Okay, so I'm checking this one like yeah, I'm getting the docker ID of this one busybox, so that I'll get into busybox and I'll access the terminal of busybox and then I'll ping this one at web. Okay, so yeah, mine is like the ID is 692C. 692C. Okay, now I'll ping this one, ping web. Okay, so that's the name of the service what I had created, right? Fine. So it started pinging, right? So this is what the thing like this one is communicating to that one. That is the ping busy box is communicating to the this one web container. Okay, so this is what the beauty of this overlay network. And coming to this usage of SWAM, as I had mentioned, it is used to provide auto healing, and what the Kubernetes provide the same thing this one will provide, but externally you have to write deployments for making auto healing things and all in Kubernetes. But in Swarm, it will manage all those things self. By default, it will manage. I'll show you that. So I'm stopping this service, right? So you can see like it will automatically create another one service and it will start. In a few seconds, it will do it. Okay. So that's what the benefit of the Swarm. Later on, we will discuss on this Swarm after uh, discussing about deploying application via Docker. After that, we can see about this Docker SAM and all. So fine. So that's all about network. So thanks for watching.